Sonice development. Here at Sandex we present the Sensing Colorspace, which is a piece we have made in 2014, and this is actually, it's one of our Colorspace series, and it's the only of those which is interactive. It's audio interactive, and basically it inscribes the audio events in the space into a color space. And what you see basically is the route of the robot. It draws with a pen, walks along the wall all the time, and by that it's a kind of documentation of what has happened. What has happened in the last 3 months. And of course it's not perfectly readable if you don't have the experience. For me it is readable. If I can see what has happened, like if this part is a part of the interaction. Of course people find out, oh, it's listening, so I can call it. If I do a clap, it follows me and traces that. And so more or less conscious, people inscribe themselves into this color space, for they are of course part of the environment and part of this exhibition, part of the piece in the end. What we saw before, what happened in Berlin or what happened in Milan, that's in a way the same piece, but the staging is different. The way you approach here, the Salle d'Expo, it has another architecture. You face it much more frontal. It's more like a stage play here, and I enjoy that to see this other staging of the same piece. And so I mean, I never expect the result for the thing is an ongoing thing. Like here we defined that we will run for 48 days, and but of course I'm curious if people accept it here, how free they feel. It's always very much depending on the atmosphere of the house, if people feel free enough to really interact. But I think here is a place where people will dare and will be able to will enjoy it, I guess. The robot itself is of course our creation, but basically the whole piece is more than the machine. The machine is the active part. That was something we found out over the years. Like in the beginning, the tools were much more in the center of it. When I think back of 2009, when we built the facade printer, that was much more a media tool, something to come up with large-scale images on houses. But nowadays, this machinery is more to visualize the behavior of the machine or the influence of the architecture onto the algorithm.